The Franklin House has stood on Queen Street since 1855. Once a private residence, it later became a hotel, with a legacy that still haunts us today. Paranormal activity is a regular occurrence here at Franklin House. Glasses have been known to shatter without reason. Lights turn themselves on and off. And one employee reported a chair flying off this balcony and landing on Queen Street below. Greg, thank you so much for having us here at Franklin House. Now, there's a lot of funky stuff going on here.
Yeah, there has been many stories about a ghost named Jessie inhabiting the place, yeah.
And it didn't start with you. I mean, there have been a number of owners and it seems to have been passed on. That's what's interesting about it. It's a lot of people.
Right. Stories are probably going back about 30 years now, and you know, from what I've been told and what I've heard.
Now, what exactly is the legend?
A girl named Jessie, supposedly around 15 or 16-year-old, was murdered in one of the hotel rooms, or she hung herself in the stairway. And she's been around ever since.
Wow.
Yeah.
And how is she letting her presence be known?
She's a little bit of a prankster. A lot of times there'll be noises up here when there's nobody here, chairs moving around. My staff has heard a few times late at night that you know, some of the chairs are being moved, and it's all locked up.
And you're absolutely sure no customers, no staff?
No, they'll be the last people in the building. They'll be downstairs doing their cash and locking up the place, and you know, this room is sealed tight already.
Now, this is the infamous doorway.
This is it, yeah.
Now, this is where Jessie's body allegedly was found?
One of the stories, yes, definitely.
I heard that there was somebody that refused to come up here by themselves.
Some of the old staff, they always had the feeling that somebody was following them or watching them. Yeah. So
you get that sort of pressure and that.
Yeah, you know, if you really believe in this stuff, it can definitely trigger things in your mind.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
The staff at the Franklin House regularly feel Jessie's presence. One worker reported that a cell phone left in his coat pocket during his shift regularly made calls by itself. One of our cameramen tried to use his cell phone on the upper level of the Franklin House, but the fully charged battery died without warning or reason, and the problem has not occurred again since our visit. Waitress Kelly Goddard has worked at the Franklin House for 2 years and has experienced some chilling occurrences.
Sometimes when I do my cash out at the end of the night, I'll hear a little girl at the top of the stairs calling my name, and she'll giggle, or I hear footsteps coming down the stairs, and sometimes you can just hear someone pushing the door open, and then that's it.
And you're all by yourself?
Yeah, all by myself.
How does it make you feel? Is it
creepy?
Creepy?
Really creepy, yeah. And there's been a few nights on the bar when we've been by ourselves and the upstairs is closed, and you can hear the chairs being dragged across the floor, and there's no question.
The staff also reports strange lights that appear to emanate from old pictures of the Franklin House.
And I've heard customers, they've been coming for years, and they'll say that, you know, years ago they would sit at the bar and their pint glasses would just shatter. It wouldn't break, it would just, all the glass would just shatter.
Employees of the previous owners were also witness to alleged spirit activity.
The cleaners were up here one day cleaning around, and all of a sudden one of the cue balls on the pool table started bouncing up and down. So suffice to say, he left pretty quickly.
No kidding. So it was actually bouncing
It was
up and
supposedly,
down.
that's the story, yeah, it was bouncing up and down on the pool table.
I also heard another story about an employee coming in to opening up and finding beer bottles and pool cues.
Yeah, there was, supposedly there was about 60 beer bottles lined up in a arrow pointing towards the door over here. And the pool cues were all lined up as well. And I think one of the bar stools they found on top of the jukebox. So, and this was done in the middle of the night. Like there was nobody here, and this was done after they had closed up and left.
One witness to the paranormal activity at the Franklin house was the pet of a previous owner. The dog was kept in the basement overnight. The chef received a phone call from the owner alerting him about the dog's presence. But when he arrived, he got a frightening surprise.
He got here, turned off the alarm, turned on all the lights, no dog. They found the dog outside the back door, whimpering.
And with the alarm on.
The alarm had been set, the doors had been locked, the dog was put inside.
Jesse gave him the boot.
I think so, yeah.
Unless
yeah.
the dog learned how to use the alarm.
I doubt that.
How do you explain something like that?
You can't.
While Greg and I were chatting in the doorway where Jessie allegedly hung herself, cameraman Chris Jenkin noticed something on the wall behind us.
Yeah, like it could be shadows on the wall and discoloration, but the whole time it looked like a head was like right there in the wall.
What's interesting is that the image could not be seen with the naked eye, only through the camera. This is the shot that Chris took. The face is still hard to see, but when we enhance the footage, you can clearly see sinister eyes and a grimacing mouth. Coincidence? Or is there something else at play in the stairway leading to the second floor? Coming up on Ghosts of Mississauga, did our team find tangible evidence of a spirit named Jessie? Do you believe Franklin House is haunted?
I do, oh yeah.
And did a customer have a conversation with a ghost of the past?